Good evening, all. I am Dr. Bindu, Assistant Professor, Department of Education, University of Kerala. And I would like to thank Dr. Samir Babu for giving me an opportunity to handle a session in the Global Conclave on Advanced Research and Ranking Modalities. And today my topic for this session is Interdisciplinary Research, Prospects and Challenges. So, before entering the topic, let me first to examine. Then, before entering the topic, it is useful to examine what is actually discipline. I am sure that all of you have some learned and experienced knowledge. This acquired, experienced, and learned knowledge is the contribution from your discipline. So we can say an academic discipline is a branch of knowledge. It is not only a knowledge, but it incorporates several elements in that particular branch of knowledge. That is, in a particular branch of knowledge, so many papers, different kinds of papers are there. That is student paper, teacher paper, then expertise, professionals, etc. So, in that particular field, so many other programs are going on there. That is projects, certain studies, inquiries, certain researches, and certain learning and other communities are also in that discipline. So, all these elements are strongly associated with a particular discipline. So, a discipline is formed the strong association of these elements, that is, people, projects, communities, then studies, inquiries, etc. So, for example, branches of science commonly referred as scientific discipline, which includes physics, chemistry, etc. Likewise, social science, branches of social science discipline include many subjects. Our subject education is also included in the social science discipline, then history, geography, etc. Likewise, technology disciplines are there, then art disciplines are there, then language disciplines are there. So, this is the picture of branches of knowledge or discipline. Here, my aim is to give the details regarding or what is interdisciplinary research, or what is its challenges and what is its prospects, or what is the demanding stand or status of IDR. In short, we can say this is IDR, interdisciplinary research or IDR. So what is its status? What is its challenges? What is IDR? Before directly entering the topic IDR, one thing we also learn is that, or understand is that research. We, the people of education or education community, all of us know that research is a very interesting subject. Education people actively involved in research activities. So, in my view, we have so many views on research. It is a studies inquiry, it is an examination, etc. So, I also give an explanation that the research is a studies inquiry or examination, investigation or experimentation aimed at the discovery and the repetition of facts, the revision, then the revision of accepted theories or laws in the light of facts, or the practical application of such a new or revised theories or laws. This is actually going on in our research field. So I already explained the research and a knowledge, that is discipline. So, my actual topic is idea, that is interdisciplinary research. Here, the two terms also included in the term itself, discipline and research. So, next I am going to the topic, directly going to the topic idea. What is idea? Knowingly, unknowingly, all of us know that what is idea, but with interdisciplinary research. Interdisciplinary research or idea, this involves an association and integration of different fields of knowledge or discipline in order to design or configuring a new knowledge. That is, association of more than two disciplines. These disciplines are from entirely different areas for knowledge. Associate these two disciplines to form a new idea or new perceptions. So again, we can say idea is the idea links and integrate theoretical frameworks from two or more disciplines and employ certain methods and skills from that employed disciplines. So this is the interdisciplinary idea. So here in idea, the knowledge is integrated or collaborated manner. That is interdisciplinarity is there. So interdisciplinary involving two or more academic or scientific or technological disciplines. Okay, so again, we have so many in literature, we have so many explanations and definitions and concepts regarding idea. In 2004, National Academy of Science defined that idea is the mode of research by teams or individuals that integrate information, data, techniques, tools, perspectives, concepts, or theories from two or more disciplines or bodies of specialized knowledge with the purpose of advancing the fundamental understanding or to solve problems that solutions are beyond the scope of a single discipline or area of research practice. That is, here in the research process, idea research process, several perspectives from different fields are integrated and form a new idea or new things or new solution or new data. But the difference noticed in the interdisciplinary research is that all the research works and in ideal subjects have a global relevance. Why it shows a global relevance? We are living in a period of COVID pandemic state, and we recovered the COVID-19 virus. We conquered the virus by the collective teamwork of many personnel. That is, personnel from medical field or biomedicine, or persons from computer science, that is for computer modeling, and the person from economic field, then person in political field, and the person from language, not in local, in national as well as international level language. So it is a worldwide phenomenon that we conquer that situation. We overcome that situation. That situation overcome by the collective effort of so many disciplines and personnel. That is the first example we noticed in the present situation. So, idea is a process of answering questions solving a problem or addressing a topic that is too broad or complex that cannot be addressed by a single discipline. So, single discipline is not enough to address that problem. The reason is that that problem is too broad and too complex. Otherwise, we can say this problem is globally recognizable one. This problem needs solution. That solution applicable to all population of the world. That is, globally significant problems are solved through this type of research. So again, we can say that I already said that idea is a collective work of different investigators. We are generally we are familiarized in the interdisciplinary research only. In interdisciplinary research, idea research, there is a I already said this is a teamwork. So the team includes many investigators. These investigators are from different disciplines. Okay, so these investigators, in an idea, we can say there is a central protagonist or a main investigator or principal investigator, and other team members are called co-investigators. Or otherwise, this principal investigator is called a team leader or central protagonist or commissioner of the research. But in a disciplinary research, we can say there is a expert or there is a investigator, or otherwise we can say that people, for that people we can say they are specialists. But there is an underlying term that is specialist. This term is used only for disciplinary research or disciplinary studies. But in idea research, instead of specialist, we can say generalist. Why we say generalist for this such type of people? So the reason is that these people got different knowledge. The people need different knowledge for leading a research. That is, for social science knowledge, and then science knowledge, science knowledge, and arts knowledge, the language, linguistic knowledge, etc. So, in that sense, for these people, we can say they are generalist. So, here I want to explain another aspects of the idea is that an interdisciplinary generalist should be familiar with what are the requirements needed for a interdisciplinary generalist. An interdisciplinary generalist should be familiar with the basic content of the single discipline. He should be familiar with the basic content of the single discipline, and she also able to apply his knowledge, and he have some passion for the disciplines such as mathematics, sciences, engineering, computer science, economics, and business administration, social science, judiciary, that is law, and fine arts, philosophy, etc. From this explanation, all of you, I think that all of you learned that this is a association of many disciplines and finding a solution of a global problem. So, this generalist need a background knowledge of all these disciplines. That is, this knowledge occurs only by a curious or interest in that. That's the passion for knowledge. That is, this passion will that he is open-minded or positive to another field of study. And this is the only way to arrive a hypothesis that the other discipline would not develop its own. That is, all of us know that by formulating a hypothesis, first we read or refer so many literature, so many books. So here also, in order to formulate a hypothesis or research question, this generalists with a theoretical or conceptual background. So, for that purpose, this course itself provides many courses or background or basic courses of knowledge regarding many disciplines. So, this theoretical, after before that, I want to say one thing is that so formulating a research question or formulating a hypothesis or theory, these journalists made a theoretical background, etc. So, before that, formulating all these conceptual work, they also conduct many talks or discussions regard to their area. So this is an essential and most wanted element of the idea, that is discussion on a topic or discussion on a problem. That then only they can formulate a research hypothesis or research question extra. So, for that purpose, they arrange many activities that they are then structured meetings, discussions, then exchanging interdisciplinary knowledge, then reading, then discussing, etc. Then they also arrange before and then the process of research itself. They arrange the conferences. And then they also, in between their research work, they also able or try to disseminate their work or research results, and they also publicize their output to the common people, and they also for completing their research work, as part of their completing their research work, they also visit the research places and the research units, etc. So this is a complex problem when compared to a disciplinary research. So it needs many investigators or teamwork, or it needs a more time, it needs more effort, it needs of the economy also. And then for when compared to IDR and DR, that is interdisciplinary research and disciplinary research, first thing is the conceptual framework, that is the research proposal, that is the output of our background readings or something. So here in IDR research, in IDR, the hypotheses are formulated in two ways. They are top-down and bottom-up formulation of the hypothesis. That is, the two forms are top-down and bottom-up type. In top-down formulation of hypothesis, the main investigator or principal investigator formulates hypothesis and brings together cooperation of partners or team members in order to test the hypothesis from a different standpoint. But in bottom-up formulation of hypothesis, the representatives or members of all the research body come together in order to develop a common hypothesis and decide to make decisions or working on that hypothesis, and they are to develop their procedures to test on it. That is about the type of hypothesis in the IDR. After this, they start to form a framework for IDR. The IDR framework includes the generally three sections. There are so many frameworks are available. In my convenience, I took this framework. That is a conceptual plan, technical plan, synthesis and report. The synthesis and report otherwise called integration. So in IDEA framework, there is 3 stages. That is conceptual plan. The conceptual plan, all of us know that first, for doing a research, we need a conceptual background. That is, for this purpose, we refer more books, then review literature, they visit various libraries, and discuss with the experts, etc. So, in that experiences, help the investigator to develop research questions or research objectives, then research plan, etc. That is research theoretical plan, that is conceptual plan. Then technical plan. The conceptual plan are otherwise called why and what aspects of the research. Then the technical plan. The technical plan is the how, where, and when aspects of the research. Then in this stage, the investigators formulate a study design, that is the how to conduct research, what are the needed, what are the essentials for conducting a research, after that what to do, and etc. Then that is analysis, data collection, etc. Then after, then the second stage, that is integration. That is the main and most important aspect, that is integration, that is synthesis or report. The report, that is the essence of the idea. This essence, that is that result, is the generalizable one, that is that applicable to the large population. So, this is the idea framework. The idea framework is then next we look at the advancement of idea. What is the historical, or what is the relevance, or what is the progress or progressive nature of idea? In ancient history itself, there are so many idea works are there. So many historical and so many conclusions arrived in the ancient period is also the result of integration of science, languages, and humanities. Likewise, that is a continuous process, but in the 21st century, that discipline, that idea got so many the strict relevance also. So that is the progressive nature. What is the advancement of idea? Idea program has arised from a shared conviction that the traditional disciplines are unable or unwilling to address an important problem. For example, the social science discipline such as anthropology and sociology paid little attention to the for example, social science and social disciplines such as anthropology and sociology paid a little attention to the social analysis of technology throughout the 20th century. So that as a result,
not audible, reason.
As a result, many social scientists with interest in technology have joined science and technology study programs, which are typically staffed by scholars from numerous disciplines. That is the association of, that means the association of many entirely different disciplines forming a comprehensive research. Then and another point with regard to the advancement of idea is that evolving in new subjects, for example, nanotechnology, neuroscience, and studies by combining the approaches of two or more disciplines. That is, I already said, that is nanotechnology, neuroscience, bioinformatics, then geobiology, environmental science, psycholinguistics, etc. Then studies include cultural studies, women studies, urban studies, etc. When we look at some high priority issues of our society, that is, what are the high priority issues of our society today? That is poverty, then disease eradication, that is world hunger, biomedical ethics, sustainable resources, etc. These when we examine these high priority issues of our society, we can predict that our future will be so complex. So, due to the complex nature of or difficult nature of our future, there is a need arises that the insights from multiple disciplines. There is an integration or association of insights from multiple disciplines are needed. So, it's question. It is an answer of a globally significant question. So, with regard to advancement in idea, or with regard to generally with regard to the significance of the idea, here some questions can arise is that what research strategies are needed to address our complex.
Audible alla.
Sorry. Okay. Though this situation, these questions arise the fact that that is which or what research strategies are needed to address our complex future, or to what extent will the idea education or interdisciplinary education are be among the strategies, or what exactly is interdisciplinary research. So here the answer to these questions is the idea, that is the nature of idea and work carried in the idea. That is, this comprehensive understanding of the main social challenges that require the collaboration of physical scientists, social scientists, humanities, scholars, engineers, and they are also and this association and this collaboration and this work is also highly interdisciplinary. So, again, what is the current position of idea, or what is the trend noticed in the idea process?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the current nature of, what is the current position, or the trend noticed in the idea? Idea allows us to answer
Yeah.
complex questions. Idea answer complex questions. That is, the complex questions mean cultural, social, economic, and political demands. And it also addresses broad issues. And it explores disciplinary and professional relations. And it also solves problems that are beyond the scope of any one discipline. And another thing, another important thing that we already learned in our degree classes, that is the achieving or unification of knowledge, that is achieve unity of knowledge. So, in the research process, in the idea process, I already said there are principal investigators or investigators, and that is a team is there. So, what are the researchers or these investigators need to? What are the essential requirements needed for these researchers to? They are openness to change. Then they are believe in the value of idea work, and their willingness to work together, and respect for differing perspectives. And also, these investigators are able to trust in people's intentions, desire to contribute for the betterment of the institution as well as society, insecure knowledge of their discipline, mutual respect, space and time for sharing ideas and information, and a good sense of humor. These are the essential requirements or qualities needed for an idea researcher. And the nature of research in the idea is a very associated or cooperative or collaborative manner. So that nature of research also helpful to the promotion and inculcation of so many values among the researchers. That is, so many values as well as the 23 skills, problem solving skills, communication skills, then there's so many group skills are also that is essential, that are that essential skills are developed or inculcated or developed through the collaborative and integrated nature of this research work. Next, you have to think about, or we have to learn the challenges of ideas. The challenges include certain institutional challenges and individual challenges, etc. So the institutional challenges means disciplines are inherently focused and often narrow, but interdisciplinary research explicitly steps outside the boundaries of the discipline. This means commonly or generally a disciplinarian think that this is a violation of inherent order, that is manipulated, or that is inherent in the these values, that is noticed or applied in the discipline areas. So this is also a challenge, institutional challenges. Then next, with regard to the institutional challenges, that is discipline generate communities discourse. That is, interdisciplinary research breaks the bonds of community and seems to reject the solidarity of discourse and language that enable the members of the community to recognize one another, to speak together. That is, I already said that so many personal qualities or character formation are developed or or so many skills are developed, or so many values are inculcated through the integrated and cooperative nature of the research. But that is in that situation we are creating that body is waiting for the fulfillment of or completion of the research is entirely different from the disciplinary knowledge or disciplinary research. So that is disrespect or sign of ignorance with regard to disciplinary groups.
Yes, ma'am.
In regard to the careers, in most of the experts say that the interdisciplinary course or the research have no scope for career opportunities. But in the by today the idea framing by avoiding all these negative signs. So these negative signs are utilized in today's IDR work. Then the next challenge is that the career opportunity with regard to the IDR. Every scholar or every researcher must do for a successful career requires adherence to disciplinary norms and standards. Even though the universities call for a interdisciplinary programs and IDR research, IDR, they do not provide a interdisciplinary research. While they are often they never give a correct recognition or due recognition to the IDR courses or IDR candidates. Most of the, for example, in our university, in PG board and UG board, many complaints are there, many queries are come for the clarification that biotechnology is which type of subject, biotechnology, disciplinary or interdisciplinary. That is, we discussed that they finally evolved the result or the decision for that. Likewise, this is a early thinking that job opportunity with regard to IDR. Then the publications such that nearly all journals are defined by disciplines, particularly highly cited journals with a high impact target. But even the discipline framework of journal mechanism and a discipline-centered mechanism of peer review, it is difficult to publish interdisciplinary research. They have no idea that they have to publish this in a disciplinary journal or in interdisciplinary journal. But this also solved in today's society, today's discipline, the IDR field. So we have so many IDR publications are found. Next. Next is the individual challenges. With regard to individual challenges, all of us know that in total we have a educational system in their world. But this educational system is different from nation to nation, from region to region. The reason is that people are in different cultures, different beliefs, different values, etc. The geographical differences, etc. So these differences also reflect in our educational system or educational scenario. The difference in educational system on a global basis make it difficult to train researchers to the level we once expected. That is, in educational system, all branches of discipline are not principally in a same manner. So there's a solution needed for that this will affect the individuals in the team also. Next individual challenges is that If we consider the challenges regard to the training, the researchers for interdisciplinary work is a greater one. That is, training to this people is a great task for IDR being. So, which faculties which faculty is efficient for giving training or class for this type of this group paper, this frames. It is also a big question with regard to IDR paper. That is, the confusion is that we consider the paper from disciplines or interdisciplinary beings. That is a big problem. So, IDR research is inherently ambiguous. This requires a continuous serious judgment calls with respect to every aspects of any research project, high tolerance of ambiguity and capacity to fail, and move on. Then, for the interdisciplinary research will also involve numerous rejections, or even when the research is robust. So, it is a very good research work and a research field, and is a great contributed one to the society. So, it requires a conceptual and theoretical clarity despite the frequent ambiguity of context and content. So, this is a brief idea about IDR. This is a very vast topic or vast area. This is only give a more emphasis in this field. So I gave some suggestions for the smooth conduction of IDR is that if we want to encourage interdisciplinary research, we must be able to speak to each other across the discipline boundaries. This locates classical traditions of scholarship with foundation courses in analysis, logic, and rhetoric. That is, when we speak about research promotion, when we speak about the research promotion, these research doing papers, how to possess certain that is a traditions of scholarship. That means the traditions of scholarship means the classical understanding, that is that culture or ethnicity, etc. That is a way of life, etc. That is a closely related to our common people, or that knowledge is very essential to the teen people. So that is the next is the analysis or logic. Analysis, we also know that if we are able to compare or able to deeply study something. That is trigonometry. We also know that it is deep study of something. Then logic, that is a good sense of reasoning ability or judgment, etc. These are the special ability needed for a researcher for doing an IDR. Then, from this, it follows that students must have an appropriate broad foundation across the natural and social sciences as well as the humanities and arts. So, here, before starting their IDR research, that IDR we give a foundation course for all the needed disciplines or needed areas. This foundation is very essential aspects for a research paper. So this, with regard to that, I would like to say that we need a T-shaped thinkers rather than I-forms or classmates. That is, T-shaped thinkers means that they have possess a deep understanding or deep knowledge regarding to the area, so than that of a superficial knowledge. Then this idea requires that all research subjects, all research students study philosophy, philosophy and philosophy of science in addition to their particular field of study. So this is also very essential, that philosophy and philosophy of science. Then another suggestion is that encourage bold contribution if the heuristics and argumentation are appropriate. Then there is a normal saying that if data is correct, then our research for findings are also correct. So, we can arrive conclusion through many meaningful data. Then practice rigorous inquiry. The interdisciplinary advances emerge through rigorous research. The advancement or emergence of emergence or progress of idea is through a rigorous research. So if we want to further idea, we cannot accept crank scholarship or careless science. This crank scholarship means meaningless or unwanted or unusual attractive or unusual thing. That is another is the careless science. That is also a meaningless one. So in here I want to see. I would like to say.
Is volume?
Sorry, sir. I want to share your education research people is that so carry on your research again and again until it becomes satisfying the needs of a large segment of world population. So here I would like to conclude with a quoting of John Oleson that there are two kinds of research are there. There are two kinds of research. One is all of know that is the perfect research and the published research. That is, the perfect research is never published and the published research is never perfect. So carry on your research again and again until that result satisfying the need of a large segment of our population. Thank you so much.